Well, kiddos, looks like it's time for another one of old Uncle Mike's Bigfoot bedtime stories. This is the first time that I've ever done a story that somebody gave to me. Usually my stories are my own sightings and experiences of cryptid research. But this comes to me from a friend of mine who wishes to remain anonymous. And he told me this happened about 20 years ago. He was coming through here at approximately 5:30 in the evening. He was coming from the west headed east. He was going in. He's driving a truck, a big truck, an 18-wheeler for a famous soft drink brand that we won't care to mention here today. Anyway, he drove a truck for them, this famous soft drink brand, and he said he was about a quarter mile from here, from this sign here, Felsenrhal National Wildlife Refuge. This is Felsenrhal here is just a big swamp, basically, the big wetlands, giant, and there's been several Bigfoot sightings here. One about a truck driver who is on a Bigfoot field research site where a truck driver was parked up in here checking on oil wells, and one of them stepped out in front of his truck. He was pumping the wells, and the authorities said they believed him because he left the hoses hooked up when he pulled out of there, out from that well area, and all the way out here to the highway, and left oil all the way out because of anyway, they believed him because he didn't take the time to unhook the oil or anything. But that's another story. But anyway, my friend called me the other night and told me he was coming down through here, and this is a highway crossing sighting. This is Highway 82, and we're in South Arkansas. We're at Felsenrhal. So he said he was coming this direction, going that way, and about right here, he saw something, a black, on the side of the road. On that side of the road over there. He said there was something black on the road. And all of a sudden it stood up and started across the road. That's a broad daylight sighting. There was another sign here. It said bridge ices when it's cold and stuff. And that he said that Sasquatch crossed the road in 6 steps, from tree line to tree line, approximately 6 steps. I tried it myself. It took me 25 to go from tree line to tree line. He said it started over there, come over here. He said it was real big. He said probably 4.5, 5 feet across the shoulder. He said it looked like a rock'em sock'em robot with a big square head, a giant head that had hair down about to the shoulders, it seemed like, but that could have been, just from, they don't have much neck. He said it was black and with brown splotches, probably from where the sun had faded out. He said it was in the springtime. It's spring now. He said it was springtime sighting. He estimated that the thing must have weighed well over 1,000 pounds. He said it was gigantic. He said he went so far as to call the Arkansas Department of Transportation. He asked them how tall that sign was that it went by, and they told him that sign was 11 feet tall, the one that said bridge ice is down here. And so to give you some idea of the height of that, this is approximately maybe 10 feet there. He said it was just almost as tall as that sign that it went past. He said he estimated it to be anywhere from 9.5 to 10 feet tall, maybe taller. He said he couldn't tell, but he said it was just extremely muscular, extremely large. I mean, just bulky, very muscle bound. And he said he wasn't the only one that saw it. He said there were 7 or 8 cars behind him and several more coming this way. And they said he was in the truck and he was at work, so he kept going, but he looked in his rearview mirror and seen people pulling over the side of the road, pointing out here and stuff. And anyway, Felsenrhal, if you check into this place, is just a huge swamp, but it's some really good fishing too. Lots of alligators. Game wardens at Felsenrhal one night counted 700. And they said there's at least 10 for every one they're counting. So do the math on that. In the wintertime, it's a nice place. It's good for duck hunting and stuff. But in the summertime, it's impenetrable jungle with every kind of scorpion, snake, coral snakes, rattlesnakes, cottonmouth, you name it. There's stuff out there that hurt you. Pretty damn dangerous. You need snake boots on. You need to take precautions. You're out here fishing and stuff because this place is getting strange. Anyway, said to come through here. That's like coming across the road, 6 of those steps. Real big, approximately, 10 feet tall, 9.5, 10 feet tall. And I want to thank him for sending that report in. He wanted to remain anonymous, so I won't give his ID away or nothing. But anyway, he drove for a famous soft drink company. He was in their truck. And I'm going to send a big shout out to my cousin Greg, who is with me for a lot of my experiences. I've seen him last night and wishing him well. Anyway, I believe that's all I got for today. Anyway, there's been quite a few, like I say, highway crossing stories I've heard in the past. Another friend of mine said they was in this same area, and they was coming down the road and said they thought they saw a big monkey in a tree, and it was up in a tree limb. She said it jumped off out of that tree limb and started across the road on all fours, and about halfway across the road stood straight up 8 feet tall and run off in the woods. And she thought she was not a small child, but a young girl, and there's a bunch of more people in the car with her, kids and her mom and stuff, and they all seen that daggone thing. But so when you're out in these areas, you want to keep your kids close. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Uncle Mike out.